Hi guys, I was looking at different types of business cards and started to wonder, would it be possible to make a business card out of the normal CDR? Something like that can be used for example, a mixtape. What I started here is a normal CDR. This is Ocean brand, it's the cheapest one you can get. Just for the test, and so I recorded 40 minutes of audio on this, and the 40 minutes is ends around here on the CD, and now I will cut out the something in that's approximately the size of the business card, and we will see how much music or maybe later on data can be stored on a medium in that shape. The main problem here would be that it will no longer work in a slot CD drive, yeah. And maybe later on I can try something like that with a DVD drive. Let's start with the dimensions. It may be a bit unprecise because I need to cut the CD. Let's see, 54. That's around that, and the length 80 what? Let's try it like this. 85.5, 85 cents by. Alright, then I would have to measure this, get a center point on this, and then I will be able to make a, cut out the CD. And what you want to consider is that if you take a look at this on the other side, you will notice that you only have about this much of data. So I would guess it would be something like 5 minutes, maybe like, I don't know, 50 megabytes. Something like that, hopefully, and I will try to draw on this and cut it out. Before I do anything with the CD, I will wrap it in a foil so it won't be damaged in the process. Okay, let's try it out. Yeah, I will cut the the rest of the foil so it won't get in the way. CD is about 6 centimeters in diameter, so let me measure that and make a center point. So yeah, around here, that would be 6. Okay. And let's find a center place of this, and let's tape it out. Tape it up on the other side because we will be drawing a rectangle. Let's just put on some tape in the back. Okay, so it's now like this. It's pretty good. Just be wary that some cheaper CDs won't like tape very much. Okay, that's good. And let me now draw around it. Those parts doesn't matter really. The important part that you basically will know where to cut. I'm gonna put another part of the tape, but somewhere else. Like so. So I have a nice rectangle. And the idea is I will have to cut everything that's black. I mean, that's pretty racist idea, but in this instance it's pretty okay, I hope. And let me see. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. I will keep the foil on the CD. The reason why I'm using foil instead of, for example, tape or something like that is mostly because if I use tape, it may actually hurt the CD more. and the foil will come without any problems from the CDs. So let me just go and do the cut. Okay, so it doesn't look like much and didn't really came out really pristine, but I just want to check firstly what the capacity of this disc like this would be. So let me just put it into the player and let's see. Okay, so it still works. Let's take a look how long can this one play. It originally had 40 minutes. Well, we'll see. Okay, so about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, I guess. And well, you need a player like this with a you know, the central disc, so you can actually put this somewhere. And the problem with discs like this, it will wear out the bearings in your CD player, kinda, maybe over time, because it's not centered like normal disc is. So okay, so 2 minutes 40, and let me just count how much megabytes would that be, considering that 80 minutes is 700 megabytes. A normal disk has 80 minutes, and that equates to 700 megabytes. All that at least this one had. And in this example, well, basically I checked, and in this 1 minute equates to something like 8.75 megabyte, and we have 2 minutes 40, so 2 minutes 40 seconds, and that's 21 megabytes. Those 21 megabytes are basically 3% of the whole disk, and that doesn't seem like much, but if you are putting only your details on the disk, or some kind of links, or small music file, for example, some kind of demo file to basically show off, that could be a good idea. It's kind of hard to manufacture those. I would recommend a proper saw to cut this, so you have the right angles. Because I basically started with a handsaw, and then it didn't really take off, and then I started with a Dremel, and you've seen the video. Let's see. Okay, so 3%, right? So if we went with a DVD, 4.7 gigabytes is a normal DVD size, one-sided, because I don't think you could do with two-sided DVDs with size like that. So for 3% of that, about 141 megabytes, and this is a lot. You could put a MP3 album on a card like that, if that would be a DVD. So that's not really that bad. I will show you how you could put a label on this. So I will go with maybe this would be a good label. Okay, so because I will be messing with a bit of glue, I have this cutting board here, and normally what you want to have on your disc is a normal label that you will be able to put in here. You probably could get this to work with a stick-on label, like stickers, but I don't have access to a printer right now, so we will simply go with a bit of cardboard that I cut out from my notebook, and so let's do something like that. And because this is really ghetto, I will be using a super glue, just the cyanide glue, and why you can actually get out with using paste the cardboard onto the disk, because this area is unused, completely unused, and this area is also unused. And you probably want to have a label that covers whole the front, hold the whole front, but not the middle, because you have to put somehow the disc there. So I can safely put the glue on all the corners, and like so. Where you don't want to put glue is here and here. Yeah, so but you can safely put glue everywhere else. Let's see. Okay, because what will happen? The glue will react with this label, and it will just burn out your. Basically, it will mess your disk, and it will become unreadable. We will see if this will be readable after. Basically after I will mess it up with the glue. And let's see. Let's put some here, because this part is also important. You don't want to have a label that doesn't stick properly. Okay, now let's try it out. Okay, let's see. Okay, so, and I will see you in 5 minutes. Okay, so the glue more or less dried out, so I will start with cutting everything around the disc, just to smooth out this. This is still proof of concept, so it doesn't really have to be super nice, but I just want to check what works in this, what doesn't, and I will try to make maybe something similar, but properly. Okay, so as you can see, you probably want to have 45 angle on the outside part of the paper. So let's do that. Yeah, that looks much better. And keep in mind that if you do something like that, you might rip out the paper from the disc, and that would be, well, basically you would have to start all over again. Okay, so like so. Well, the issue here is that there are no right angles, so that's the issue. But let's take a Dremel and finish out the middle part. Now I have a hole, and I can start removing the excess stuff from here. Maybe a smaller knife would be a better idea, but for now that seems okay. I guess back to the Dremel. So yeah, generally speaking, that's much better. Generally speaking, the 15mm drill would be perfect. I would start with a 14mm and work my way up. So basically, the way the hole looks would be much better. Okay, so there we have it. Band Engineering Super Ghetto CD, and well, I will look into the possibility of making this properly usable, and for this to look actually good, because I would have to work on the inside, and only thing that would look good on the inside would be the white. Basically the white circle, but not sure if you you should be able to see this part is a glue, so I cannot really get around this, because if you put too much glue around here, so the whole part would be a glue, right? Then you may go into the basically onto the CD itself, the actual data. And what I would like to also show you is basically how much of this is used by sound, and how much of this is basically just well, basically blank unused space. So somewhere around here, right? So all of this is unused. The same on the other side. Let's see. So basically something like so. So this is all unused, and it's safe to put whatever you want on this. You can probably, you should be able to put maybe a cardboard again, some kind of labeling. So something over here, something over here, you know. So the card itself will be safer, and it should still spin around because there is some space between the laser and the tray itself. I think you should be able to put something on those parts. So maybe, you know, for example, you recorded, this is a DVD, so 140 megabytes. You recorded your MP3, the title of the album, and this would be the track list, for example. That could be a good idea. So let's try it out once more with the marker. Oh, that went pretty well. Let's see how much time will pass before it will blank out. If I'm more wrong, how much of the CD is actually used or not. Yeah, I messed up something, but generally speaking, the size of the the space can be still used. Okay, so the data part is 54, like the credit card. So from the middle to here will be something like 27. Let's go to 27. 27 over here, right? Perfect. So let's start with let me just move this so we can start from the middle. Yeah, something like that. So you should be able to see that, yeah, more or less this is basically the data part. Let me just move it a little more so I won't scratch the data itself. Yeah, more or less that's the middle part. So everything beyond this can be safely used as a label. You can print it on, but I think the stickers would be a great idea. So that's basically it. Thanks for watching.